I am going to do more than one video today, and I'm going to put them all on my blog, and so they'll be in a sequence. Okay. But I'm going to talk about a couple things on, you know, leadership. It's mostly leadership what I'm talking about. I uh, I was thinking about Roy Jones Sr. and training with him. I lost 10 of my first 12 fights fighting with him. And then I got in a tournament, and the whole division was full of ringers. And I'm thinking, I got nothing to lose. Nobody expects anything out of me. And I didn't care whether I got the trophy. I just was going to be imposing my will on people. Basically, I was going to whip some people's butt, and I ended up winning the tournament. And I started winning fights. Started invited to, fight main events, and I fought at the CB base in Biloxi, Mississippi. And I weighed 125 pounds, and I fought a guy that weighed 147 pounds, and I beat him like a drum. And then we went to Weehawken, Florida, and I was supposed to fight somebody. We were pre-matched, and that guy didn't show. And so I had a hot dog and a soda, and then Royce was like, "There's a guy. He's 152 pounds. He barely beat that welterweight that you beat in Mississippi. You want to fight him?" And I just couldn't say no. So I get in the ring, and the referee didn't like the difference in size, and I didn't fight the guy right. I gave the referee the opportunity. I hit him hard, and I got him to clinch to control him, and the referee would break us up and give me an 8 count. Did it twice and stopped the fight. And he told me that he just didn't like the size difference, and I get really upset. I didn't go to training for 3 days. When I got back to the gym, Roy Jones Sr. called me in his office and said, "Listen, losing sucks. Nobody likes to lose. It's hard. I know that, but you can't go doing what you did. Not talking to nobody. We were worried about you." He says, I'm not going to fire you, but I'm not going to pay you no mind either. These other guys need sparring, and you're going to be the meat." And I did not like that at all. And so I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to give him that satisfaction. So I'm working out, and I'm hitting the heavy bag, and I can pop. And my fists hitting the bag was like applause to me and giving me my own encouragement. And at the end of 5 rounds of hitting the heavy bag, I was like, yeah, if anybody's going to be the meat, it isn't going to be me. And after that, whenever anybody got Roy Sr. put anybody in the ring with me, they were in trouble. All right, because I went after them. I was trying to make them quit. I wanted them to be anywhere else. I wanted them to want to be anywhere else in the world but in the ring with me. When I swung so hard. When I missed, they felt it. When I hit him to the head, I was trying to break their neck. When I hit him to the body, I was trying to break their back. I wanted to take a knee, to jump out of the ring, whatever, and I just got used to that, and then I started winning. Okay, so the other day, I called Roy Sr. I'm like, "How did you know to do that with me?" And he didn't know how he knew. It was a long time ago. It was 30 years ago. Well, thinking about that, he observed me. He saw that whenever somebody would be talking crap to me, I'm like, "Yeah, let's get up in the ring. Let's go." Whenever, somebody would antagonize me, I would step it up, right? And I always say you can antagonize people into action, but usually not in your direction, okay? Unless that respect is there, okay? And Roy Sr. got that respect from me by allowing me to train in his gym, okay? And now seeing the result of his teaching in Roy Jones Jr. and another kid named Tyrone Smith. Okay, so that's how that happened. Okay, now when you listen to these motivational speakers all the time, I'm listening to a lot of them, and what they try to get you to do is plug into whatever system the company that hired them is got you doing, right? And so it's like teachers. There's a lot of teachers, man, that are auditory communicators, and so they get up and they lecture. But 70% of the population is visual, 30% are kinesthetic, and only 7% are auditory. So if you're talking you're only reaching 7% of the population. You got to show them something. Okay, so if 70% so then now you're reaching 77% if you show them something, a video or a demonstration of a technique or whatever, right? Right, and then there's the 30% that are kinesthetic. Roy Jones Sr. figured out that I was kinesthetic, right? And now hitting that heavy bag and the feeling of my fists hitting that bag and making the pop I'm auditory kinesthetic. So that is what I was responding to, the best way to do it. It's blowing my mind here. So, most of the time people, reading the love language, the 5 love languages, or learn about NLP and the temperaments, and neurolinguistic programming. So all these things, most people just apply to themselves, right? Very seldom can people take that information and apply it to other people. Roy Jones Sr. is one of those people that could do that. And he wasn't reactive. He wouldn't just react to my response, all right? He took what he knew about me and used it as a catalyst to make me go in the direction he wanted me to go. And that is the magic of it. When you are an effective trainer, you wrap it all up. Okay, and you got to be enough people, talk to enough people. I can go on to an appointment and I can listen to somebody, and if they're incongruent, they say one thing, that price is not a problem, but the next sentence they're like, well, how much is it going to cost me? Okay, something's incongruent there, all right? If there's, somebody doesn't give you the information that you need to qualify them, they're hiding something. It's like going down a point man course. If the trail's making a turn, or a branch is hanging over the trail making me go in a direction I wouldn't normally go, or I got to step over a log or something, I stop and look around, and usually then I can see a concussion grenade in the tree, or the tripwire, or a fish hook hanging down from a tree, and people are like, you have a sixth sense. I'm like, no, I'm just paying attention. I'm taking what my input, I internalize it, and if I don't feel right, I stop and look around. And it's the same thing. Now, I am auditory kinesthetic, so that works with me. You can tell people who are visual, usually they're real careful about their makeup and their hair and their how they dress. They're usually good-looking people. You can tell by the way they talk. If they say words that I see what you're saying, or that looks good to me, or they're using those terms, then that tells you they're visual. 70% are visual anyways. If they say that doesn't feel right, or I'm uncomfortable, right? Then they're telling you they're kinesthetic. They need more input. Okay, you gotta hit them all their senses, and they internalize them and weigh them, right? So I hear what you're saying, or they're telling you that they are auditory, and you just have to pay attention to who you're talking to get them, because not everybody is just going to follow your lead. Not everybody is just going to do it the way you want them to do it because you said so, and it's nothing against you if they don't. You may not be communicating to them in the way they need to be communicated. But when you do, you can make a champion. Hence, Roy Jones Sr.